told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away. Trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden
There it is. There it is. There it is right there. Very good, sir. What's up,
Amazon is sending it to you, darling.
Can't wait.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get more lively.
My God.
They're fighting, man.
Holy cow.
Jesus Christ.
Jeffrey, I say we gotta keep the show running for a long time now, right?
Yeah, right?
Formally, I'd like to congratulate your new sergeant, Jeffrey Gamer.
What?
You just got sergeant, bro.
Are you serious?
Yo, man.
Wow, man. Holy shit. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Baskin.
Here we go. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Go to it! Go to it! Go to it! What? Fucking go, boy! Go!
Wow.
Go!
I really appreciate you guys having me on here, man, and I look forward to the podcast next week.
Absolutely,
Talking more with you guys.
Yeah,
and
man.
You guys, this is a great opportunity, man, and I'm very blessed to have definitely got to be able to get in contact with you guys. It's awesome.
Niche. You know what? English. Who cares? What are you laughing at, CJ?
My wife sent me something, man.
She's always sending him something when she tries to get him to laugh on camera.
I think she does it on purpose. I think you got your work cut out for you, brother.
Be prepared.
No, guys, thank you very much. Cookies, Criminal Justice, Jeffrey Gamer, thank you guys very much for having me. It's been an absolute blast. We've gone way over time, but, you know, time flies when you are having fun.
You know, I totally knew that was not gonna work. So I guess we'll put you guys in this one. I guess, is my mic on? Yes, it is. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay. Let me turn that up a little bit. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Unfortunately, I could not do the other overlay because of my camera. Look, I can't do it because of that. It's all blank, but doesn't matter. We'll do this one right here. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing for the Sunday afternoon, evening, whatever you guys want to call it? It is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If anybody is wondering, it may not sound like it through the microphone, but I do have a little cold. It was worse the other day. I actually ended up getting off of SLRP on what was Thursday night, I believe. Yeah, Thursday night. I was on for about a half an hour and said I can't do it. I am better now, guys. I do feel a lot better. I just have the sniffles. So that's why my voice kind of sounds like I'm deathly dying, but I'm really not. Nicholas Peel, how we doing? I am excited as well for this episode. This is going to be a great episode. And then we also have Gamertron up in here, who is the security manager, the head of the security team for Meet the Gamers. And by the way, guys, if you are interested in joining the security team to help the show run smoothly, join the Meet the Gamers Discord. It should be !Discord. I can't forget if I added that one on there or not. It may or may not be. If it's not on there, then it is in the description. So be sure to check that out. And go to the security application link and fill that out. I can't remember what the requirements are off the top of my head. Gamers, I might be able to tell them in chat. And Mitchell, how are we doing? Hello, folks. Let's go ahead and undeafen here. We have Mad Doc today, who is the founder of SLRP, one of the 3 founders of Silver Lining Roleplay, guys. If you don't know what Silver Lining Roleplay is, well, it's literally my channel. I do a lot of Silver Lining RP type of content on the channel, and LSPDFR will be coming very quickly up to the channel as well. I'm almost done putting that together. We're almost there. Folks, let's undeafen. I can't even speak anymore. So over this cold. Folks, let's undeafen. Let me quit talking for the next 5 minutes and have you guys listen to the show. Folks, enjoy it. Bear with me because it might be muted for a second while I try to figure out why everything reset to default when I got back from being at my camp. So bear with me, guys, and enjoy the show. Enjoy the show, everybody.
It seems like that I love, like, and it's hard to, because now that like I'm streaming it, like, so I have to kind of like I don't want to give it away what I'm going to do, because I know that like it's going to surprise other people. So I got to be careful of like what I set up for, like, because I want to make sure that it surprises everybody and it's entertaining for everybody. So but yeah, it's the chickens are, oh man, the chickens.
That was definitely entertaining, especially when who was it that cuffed the chicken? Who was it that ended up cuffing the chicken?
Oh yeah, I don't know who magically did that one. That one was that one was good. You're never going to ever be able to plan out scenes like that. You just got to just roll with them on improv and just kind of hope for the best. And then when things like that happen, then it just turns to pure gold.
Right. Yeah, I know that I think Jeffrey was actually on that call with whoever cuffed the chicken.
Yeah,
I think
so.
he was on the call because it was at one of the little stores or the gas stations or whatnot.
Sentinel, how we doing, brother? How we doing?
Sure, I think he was on that call, but man, that was when that dude cuffed that chicken. That was so funny because I watched that. I was like, I cannot believe he cuffed that chicken.
Yeah, that's GTA for you. The GTA mechanics sometimes just make me want to facepalm, but at the same time, it creates those things where you just got to be like, okay, like,
right.
Let's roll with it.
Yeah, man. That's one of the best things about SRP, I think, is everything you just kind of got to roll with it. Like you said, improv is a lot when you're doing RP.
Right.
And you can't really, I mean, you can plan out what you're going to do, especially as civilians, you can plan out what you're going to do, but when it comes down to the scene, there is a lot of improv that people don't really see. They think everything is written and scripted, and it's not.
Right.
Your character,
Oh, no.
yeah, he's scripted out. When you create a character, that's scripted out how you want him to look, how you want him to sound. But when you were on a scene, it is all improv. So I think that's one of the best things about it, man.
You can try to plan out as much as you can, but then all it takes is either one GTA just stupid moment or somebody doing something that you weren't expecting, and then now all of a sudden you have gone down 18 different paths, and I kind of look at that, like, I think it's funny because it's such a similarity in my job where you can have plan A in my job, and then somehow you're going to end up not doing all the way till plan like P, because all these little variables change. So like it's all putting that together, even on the improv side for SLRP. So
yeah,
that's the cool part.
Does the GTA, these annoying fucking GTA updates, do these affect the server on the back end? We know as players we update our game, we can still launch into 5M and go. On the back end of it, does it affect GTA? Is there like any coding that you have to change to?
There can be. It can affect it. It all depends on what they've screwed with.
So if it's like a map mod or something, if it's a
Yeah, so we have control of kind of what update we pump out to 5M. So like I'm horrible with game version numbers, but we have kind of a control of what game version we put out there as to the 5M community for our members. But yeah, it can, because I've noticed that like they'll GTA will tweak something little, and then sometimes it might look a little different in other people's perspectives. And honestly, the updates is what is the vein of my existence. Like I just wish everybody could just stop touching things and just let it sit for a while, because whether GTA updates, whether it updates, whether everybody and I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make things better. I mean, they're not trying to tank it, but by trying to make things better, they're tanking it.
Yeah,
so, like,
right.
It's always like 3 steps back, 1 step forward, but we weren't where we were before, but we'll take another 3 steps back. And, like, it's just makes you just want to face palm sometimes. So,
Yeah, I've heard there's not going to be no more updates. I've heard the last one was the last one.
Like for good?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like the last update that we had. Now, don't hold me to that because I don't want anybody coming back to my channel saying,
Nope, I
"Oh,
already
you
wrote
told
it
us it was the
down.
last
Too
one."
late, dude. I already wrote it down.
You know,
It's
so
official.
I've
It's
heard that the last update was the last update that we're going to have. So hopefully, crossing our fingers, because for LSP4 players, it is a pain in the derriere. It's
Can
a
I
really
say something?
big pain.
If you're
No.
over 30,000 subscribers and you say something like that, somebody's going to hold you to it.
Bookmark it.
Somebody out there. Somebody out there is next update that comes. Somebody out there is going to hit up your video and go, "Fuck you, CJ. There wasn't."
Well, that's what I just heard. I can't remember where I heard it from, but I heard it
That's
from
where you
somewhere.
can slide that message to somebody like me with only 600 subs, so that I could say it, so that then it works out.
Yeah. Mark, are there any more updates coming?
No, you heard it from me. There will be no more updates.
I don't remember who I was talking to. Somebody. I don't remember who I was talking to, but because I know that around this time, it's usually between the months of October and December that we have another big update, and it's usually a big one that really destroys our
They want to
games.
get that Christmas grab, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and maybe they will, maybe they won't, but we can cross our fingers and hope to God that they don't. But I mean, the thing about it is all you got to do, man, is just follow these tons of videos that we put out every 4 to 6 months about how to back up your game, how to be prepared. If you do that, you don't have to worry about the updates. That's the thing. But, there's obviously going to be a handful of people out there that just don't take the time to do it.
I mean,
I don't know why.
Mark was unprepared, right, Mark?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that you saved my ass the last update, or it was a couple ago. It was like back whenever that one was.
It was 2 ago. It was 2 ago.
Yeah, it was. Well, now I do the process. Now I watch you guys' videos that actually do the process, because I didn't realize like how it would affect like even things like map build mods or map builder mods or whatever, all the different stuff that I use to actually create stuff for the 5M side. I was like, I don't play single player. I don't play LSPDF5. I don't need to care about those things. I loaded up and I was like, uh-oh. Now I can't do anything I want to do. And so, it was a eye-opening experience.
It pays off to back up those game files, man. It pays off. I
it
learned the
really
hard way
does.
myself when I first started modding. I learned from Benzo. I watched Benzo, and I remember the very first update. I just wasn't too educated on how everything worked, and I remember him saying, "Guys, back up your game," and I was like, "What does that even mean?" And I think he did a video, and I'm sure he did, but I didn't back up my game, and man, I was stuck for. I think it was like a week not playing LSP, which I'm fine with that. I'm open-minded to different genres of game. I don't play just LSP4. I play all kinds of games. People can go back and look at my channel and see that I play all kinds of different games. So if my LSP4 goes down, I'm perfectly okay with it. But there are some folks out there that just go bombard your channel, when LSP4 is not working. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like, just play something else, man. If you didn't back it up, just play something else.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're busy in all in life and you may not follow these update tracks as much as like somebody like me, like I may be at work for a whole week, not realize the update's coming out. You load up, and you're like, crap. So,
right,
yeah. It could catch you off guard for sure.
It does suck when you really want to play though, and you can't.
Right.
Like right now, I'm in that as a constant LSPDFR GTA 5 content creator. You get these moments where you're like, I could not play for like a week and be totally fucking fine with it, And then you got other times where you're just like, man, I cannot wait to get home from work and just go on a patrol, record, and just have fun with it. Right now, I'm kind of like in the in-between. Like, I know I got to put out a video tonight. It's just, I'm waiting for a good tutorial. Although I did get one from Hash. Hash did give me one. The airplane, Lauren, is for Mark. Mark is a pilot.
I haven't seen nothing new on LSPFR, to be honest about it.
Yeah. There's not much out there. I do know Police Menu was updated for the 38th time.
version 112. I think that's the last time he's going to update it. It's got drug
No, I know it's got a
with it,
lot. I
too.
know, yeah.
Yeah,
See,
dude,
I've been waiting now to install mods, because you install a mod and you get the INI right, and then it's like, oh, it's been updated, and you're like, okay, all right, cool, and then you reinstall
Welcome to 5M building.
Oh my gosh, man. Hey, there's Jess. What's up, Jess? How you doing?
There's some new call outs that just got updated, I think, called My Call Outs. Those have been around for a while, right? Right? Hasn't My Call Outs? No, it said it was. No. It was published 2 hours ago. These are brand new.
We'll bump them down a little bit.
They've got some cool call outs in abduction, illegal car meet, armed pursuit, shootout, which is some of the same stuff that we have in our other call outs, but still some of them are different scenarios.
Yeah, different locations and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Mark. Pick a number 1 through 10.
Oh boy.
Pick wisely.
4.
Number 4. So, somebody sent me some questions to just ask you throughout the show. They're good. You know, we've pre-screened them, right? What is your penis size? No, just
hey. Whoa.
No.
Somebody get my publicist.
This is bullshit. What air traffic control area do you normally work? Is it SoCal?
No, it's so I work in Central Valley of California.
For those that don't know what you do, explain first if you want to.
So I'm an air traffic controller. That's where I make the the side money besides YouTube.
He makes sure planes don't do this.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the overriding goal there. So what I work is we work at an up-down facility, so it's kind of unique. A lot of air traffic controllers, there are usually either in 3 different type of locations. You're either in a center, which is en route, which controls like the high level stuff, like your 30,000 feet aircraft, stuff like that. You're either in a TRACON, which controls like your approaches and departures, which usually control somewhere between 15,000 feet to the ground. And then there's a tower, which obviously clears guys to land, take off, move planes around the airport, that kind of stuff within the vicinity of an airport. Our facility is a little unique. It's an up down. What we call that is because one day I could be working the tower, the next day I could be working the radar. So one day I could work clear guys to land, clear guys to take off. The next day I could work and actually be clearing guys for approaches, taking them up to 10,000 feet, those kind of things.
So the radar guys don't work the same, like they're the same, they don't have the same responsibilities as the tower.
Yeah. So
like I thought if you're in the tower, you're watching both. You're looking at the radar and you're looking out the.
Usually you have a radar that's kind of, we call the extension of the eyes, but you're not working very high. You're working usually only to about 2,000 feet. You're working very close knit to the airport. The guys that are working the radar facility, those guys are working vast areas. They're even controlling airports that don't have a tower in regards to allowing guys that are instrument pilots to go in and out of those airports. It can really be a challenging thing. Usually the history has been that at our facility, where the trainee struggles the most is in the radar. That's where most of the struggles are. We have people that struggle in the tower. They're in the training process too, but the radar has a completely different set of rules than what the tower does. So for my job, it's a little bit unique. I have to know tower rules and I have to know radar rules, and then separate those on a moment's notice. On our overnight shifts, so I work overnight shifts too, as our facility is 24 hours. On the overnight shifts, we work both at the same time. Sometimes I'll work tower and radar at the same time.
Yeah.
You
ever watch Breaking Bad?
I actually just watched it this last 2 weeks, and I saw that episode.
Did you see it? Did you feel for that guy? Like, did you feel for him?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that episode kind of messed me up a little bit for a couple days. Like, I had kind of some weird dreams from even just seeing that, like, alone. Like, that was just like, I don't know. It's still even. Yeah, I didn't watch it all until then. So
it's a pretty serious scene, though, man. I mean, for what that guy went through. But that's what you do. You're sitting there and you're just constantly shooting off directions to these different airplanes. I actually have this YouTube short. I don't know where it came from, but all it is air traffic controllers to pilots. And some of them are the funniest fucking things you will ever. And then some of them are like, you're an asshole. Like, no, you're like pilots and air traffic controllers just talking shit to each other. Does that happen? Like, that really happens?
Oh yeah. So like that's a thing. especially like, so, if you've been to, if you've used, so something that I like try to pride myself on is I try to develop relationships with the pilots that are based in the area. And as well as if you're a pilot that you fly in and out of there, you start to learn voices. At the beginning, when you fly somewhere, you don't know voices, but then when you start, like, maybe one guy keeps, hooking you up and giving you good service, you might remember his voice. Bad service, you might remember his voice. So like it becomes one of those things. And if it's one of my pilot buddies, we'll joke on the radio here and there, with slight jokes. But yeah, I've had my share of interesting pilot interactions, we'll say the least. There's a unwritten unwritten rule of a certain thing that you could say, that is really simple when you think about it. Like you would say it normally, like in a normal passing conversation, but to us, it is like a stab in the back. And that I'll just put it here is, if you ever, so like we ship guys from different frequencies to different frequencies. So, you'll be like contact approach 119.6, those kind of things. And then normally pilots will say like, have a good day. I'll say, have a great day. That's kind of my slogan. Is have a great day, contact approach 19.6 and stuff like that. And if you hear the see you next time part, that's kind of the that's kind of the like that's the screw you,
I got you.
So, and you probably could guess what that stands for. But yeah, so
can I use that and use it on next patrol?
you're like what, gig 21?
Yeah.
See you next time.
See you next time. 1041, 10:07, 10:42. See you next time.
But yeah, that's kind of the like that's the screw you response from a pilot that can give a controller. So every time, and pilots will say that by accident too, and it's so funny when they realize what they've said and they didn't actually mean it, because you might hear them go, all right, we'll see you next time, I mean, have a great day, like, or something like that. Like they'll realize but they're really being sincere when they're just like, hey, we're going to be back here in like 3 hours, we'll see you on the next one. But they don't realize, and then they might realize, or like their co-pilot might go, why did you just tell them that? Like, and then that kind of a thing. So it's always entertaining. When
Is that just for you, or you said that's an unspoken thing of all air traffic control?
Across that's like the
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm gonna be waiting to see that now, because like I said, these shorts come through my feed, and it's an air traffic channel that just comes through my YouTube shorts, and I'm gonna be watching for that.
Comes through your shorts. That's interesting. Okay. But
again and again and again.
So I have a question about your job. How much schooling would you typically have to go through for something like that, and training and all that?
It depends really on what avenue you kind of get into this field. There's so many different ways now to get into the job. So number one is you could just go to the military. And if you're an air traffic controller in the military, then you could actually apply once you get out as a previous experience to the FAA and get picked up directly to a facility. So the schooling there is minimal, I would say, for that. You could do what I did, is I got a college degree in air traffic control. And then I applied, got picked up, waited 3 years on a tentative offer letter, finally got my facility, went to Oklahoma City for 6+ months, went to the facility. You get a lot of your training actually is at the facility. It can take up to 2 to 3 years. I mean, depends on the facility and everything to be a fully certified controller once you're training on the job. So that's the biggest hurdle for a lot of people, is on the job training. There's Oklahoma City, which is the main academy. Everybody will go through that at some point in their career usually. And that can range anywhere from 6 months to a year. But
wow.
Yeah, it's a process. I mean, hey, it's
all right. Appreciate you
we take
asking.
safety to a very high level. So
thank you.
as, you know,
I mean, I don't fly, but thank you.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, like, when I tell people that, it's like, hey, would you rather me say it took 4 weeks of training to get my certification, or would you rather me hear it says 2 to 3+ years even at the facility you're at? And that's just even transferring. So like, if you go to another facility, I have to re-enter training at that facility and relearn everything there again. So it's a process. You just can't just plug and play from one place to the next. You still have to go through training. So,
wow, that's pretty intense, man.
Yeah,
Sounds like a lot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, when you have lives, literally in your hands.
We don't like to think of it that way, but yes.
Well, well, now next time you go to work, you're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, I've got all these lives in my hands.
Just sitting there, just going, "Woosah,
yeah. Oh my gosh. How did you get your? I ask everybody, and I think you've told me before.
Yeah.
But for the viewers, how did you
Sure.
come up with your name, Mad Doc?
So it really became it was a name that I was called um throughout my life because of my initials. My name's initials are MD. So I've had Mad Doc was something. It's either Mad Doc or Mad Dog was something that always was prevalent. And then when I was going through through a law enforcement academy, they stuck with that. They'd yell that a lot. And then even now in air traffic, it's graduated to Mad Dog because of the MD-80s for aircraft types. But yeah, I was like, hey, let's roll with it. So
Yeah, it's catchy.
Yeah, it works.
Mad Doc.
It does the job. It does the job.
It sounds like the name of somebody that would perform underground surgeries.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about my other side job, but hey,
your other side
if you
job.
ever need a kidney, I've got you.
You'll see the Mad Doc. He's got his own card. It's just all black. That's your ticket to get into the surgical room. Oh my God. Pick another number. Other than 4, 1 through 10. Other than 4.
Can I do 7.5?
7.5. Then that means I get to pick out of 7 and 8.
Yeah, there you go.
What is the most aggravating part of SLRP?
The aggravating, like, as from my side or from like
any aspect, like what is it that just every time it occurs or you have to deal with it? Within
every time you
boundaries
wreck a car, Jeffrey, that's the most aggravating side for him.
Where's my rim shot? That's a rim shot right there.
Right in the shorts.
Oh man, I need to go see the Mad Doc in the burn unit.
There's several things that are aggravating. It's not all roses, I'll say that. But I think the most thing that I find that's aggravating is the updates. I mean, I'll be honest, that part's the stupidest part is that everybody has lives, right? There's no there, and that we always say that our membership and everything, we understand everybody has lives and has other things, other responsibilities, other things. So we don't expect you to be on every night. We don't, even from somebody like me, I've not been the most active lately just because of everything that's been going on in my life. And it's always sucky when you know that an update has happened and now that broke everything for somebody. So then that forces me to now double time it in, and whether it be 1 a.m, I get home and I have to open the server and fix something or do whatever be the case like that. I will say our staff does a fantastic job of minimizing those situations that are outside or that are within their control, but sometimes there's certain server things that are it is what it is. But yeah,
you do have a good staff backing you up. You do have a good staff.
The COC of SLRP are, and even there's members, even the members that take it upon themselves to police themselves with other members, and if they have friends to bring them in and hey, you can't do that or whatever be the case, and help guide everybody. The community by far, I mean, is hands down, in my personal opinion, it's awesome to just see, because we never wanted to be somebody that would have to always be like like just like the Charlie Brown type of thing, and for the most part we could sit there and we could have adult conversations, mature conversations with somebody and be like, hey, look, this is really what we're trying to get. We need your help to do that, and what you're doing here maybe is not within those things. And everybody is super receptive, and I think that's the best part, is seeing if we're talking about the most aggravating, the most rewarding part is seeing everybody have fun. I mean, that's what we built the server for. We didn't build it to boost a YouTube channel, to make content, to do any of that kind of stuff. We literally built it on the premise of, we want to have fun, and we want to role play, and we want to escape the day-to-day bullshit that is in our lives and come on a video game and just relax.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most rewarding is seeing people laugh I mean, me personally, I know it's frowned upon, but I absolutely love it when I can make somebody in role play laugh like out of character. Like if I do something where I could all of a sudden hear them like have to stop talking or hear them bust up. It's kind of my like, yes, I've done it. Like I have broke that character and I have made them have to stop talking to laugh for a second.
Oh, you've never done that to me.
No, not me neither.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you've gotten me many times. Yeah, you've gotten me many times. I mean, it's hard. It's at least with my channel and my viewers, man, people love seeing the interaction with the sheriff. They love seeing that interaction. And yeah, you haven't been around.
I mean,
Yeah, the mustache is the mustache is new. He's growing it out, right? He's letting that grow out a little bit.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, that's honestly that's what drove me to kind of make the channel too, is to have some fun and show somebody, if somebody wanted to come in and see it from the other perspectives, just like CJ was talking at the very beginning about how you can see it from everybody's perspectives, and I think that's the best part. Like is seeing everything from like, oh, what was the civ's reaction, what was the law enforcement reaction, what was just seeing all the different angles of the same scene. You could seriously spend a whole day doing that, and I think that's the best part. So
I agree. Don Mitch says you and the sheriff have you've got the chemistry. I've heard that. I've heard that quite often. That
how you doing?
Yeah. What's going on? But no, it is. It is.
Oh, making him sweat. No, look at it's getting all hot and bothered over there, guys.
Jesus,
we're doing it.
No, from the point of view of somebody who's in LEO, being 41 and tubby, it's too late for me to become a cop. This is the next best thing. Like almost quite literally, the next best thing is police simulation. I can't go out and be a cop right now. I have no interest in going out and being a security guard or anything like the armed security or whatever. To me, this is literally the next best thing.
Yep.
It just is. It just is. So, it was always everybody knows that was my main goal. My main fucking reason for getting a PC
for day one,
from day one was because I was watching, won't say who I was really watching, won't say his name, but Bay Area Bugs, and I barely watched Jeff. I watched Bay Area Bugs and the other guy.
I watched Bugs more than I did anything because
Bugs was
his voice. I always liked his voice, man. His voice was like very. I don't know. It's just like his voice just drew you to his videos the way he talked.
He had that voice for it, and just seeing them on the 5M servers, just role playing out their shit, and it just that's what got me into it. What's up, Passenger Escobar? What's up, brother?
Oh boy, not him.
Yep, he's here. He says I could teach you how to fly. He could. He's
pilots drool, controllers rule. Just throwing that out there.
Pilots drool, controllers rule. Well, you're both.
Well,
you rule and drool.
Well, hey, that's how we roll. Hey, we don't have that chemistry for no reason, right?
That's right. Yeah, Griffin says he drools and rules, right? So yeah, Mark flies too.
Yeah. On the side.
You own your own plane, and it's a nice plane. What's up, Uncle Scott? He said, "What's up, Dangle?"
It does the job. It's not the fastest thing in the world. Like I joke with people, I go at the speed of smell. So it works. So, but yeah, it's this little single engine prop plane. But yeah, I just have trying to get more ratings so I could fly faster, better stuff. But it's the process.
Yeah. Oh, I thought CJ was about to ask something. I think. What's up, Salon Guy? How you doing, man? For those that don't know, Passenger Escobar, Brian, he literally lives like 10 minutes away from me, and he teaches at my local airport, and
Got to go up with him, man.
Yeah.
Who does Jeffrey?
Brian, at Passenger Escobar.
Oh, he teaches at your airport.
At the airport. Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He
I want to see a real time reaction when Brian takes you on a steep turn.
That's what he just told me. He said, I'm trying to get you up there. That's what I know he'll do, man. Like, I feel like I'll go up there and I'll be recording and he's just going to be like, all right, or do one of those, he's flying. All of a sudden he just does
0 G.
Just see his head go down.
Your pits will go up in the air.
Jesus. Arcs per needle during MTG. Sacrilege. Wait, what?
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. I'm trying to. Oh, interviews are open. Oh, during MTG Sacrilege, he says, I got it now. Ben the Gamer, what's going on, man? You want me to pick another question? You guys got a question for him?
How'd I get this sexy? Just lucky.
Because I got high.
Because I got high.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I only play like 5 seconds of it, and I got copyrighted strikes, so I don't play it anymore. Am I
seriously?
Really?
Even with 5 seconds. 5 seconds of it, and copyright strikes. So
they copyright claimed you?
Yeah. Some songs, some sounds, dude. You don't have to go above that 11-second threshold. Some sounds you could just play 5 seconds of it, and they'll hit you. I don't know if there's different levels of copyright security, like I don't know, maybe that one's just like 100% copyrighted protected where you can't play so much as 3 words of it. Cooks, how about you pick a number, Cooks, between 1 and 10, but not 4 and not 8?
How about 2?
2.
That's because he's second best. You see, that's.
Why is it called Silver Lining Roleplay? Where did the name come from?
That's a good one.
Oh man,
he's got some good questions on here. That's why I'm so excited to ask him.
That is a good one.
So we sat there for names. So obviously, you have Pacific Pig and Harrison, also founders for Silver Lining Roleplay. We sat there looking at names for, I don't know, we kept throwing different things to a wall, seeing what would stick. And then for us, we had been in previous 5M communities, and the role playing was kind of like that one thing that got us out of our shell and where we could just kind of relax and have fun. So for us, the role play aspect was a silver lining. So like what we kind of looked at it as, hey, this community is going to be our silver lining. And so that's where Silver Lining Roleplay came from. So we were like, let's roll with it.
Who thought of it? Were you all together? Like, what should it be? What should the name be?
Yeah.
And was it one of you that was like?
I want to say it was Pig.
Was it Pig?
I could be wrong. I don't remember. I've drank since then. And there were definitely nights that we were making the server that I was intoxicated because that was during that when we were making the server. That was in the heat of COVID. That was heat.
Everybody's stuck in their fucking house.
Everybody was stuck at their house. I was on so many days off, like because we did a special thing where we were trying to avoid, if you want to call it the word contamination or spreading it within our crews. So like we got put on special crews that had certain rotation of days off so that we always worked with the same individuals. So that, for example, if crew C went down, then crew A could come in and still do the job. I was on so many days off for a set period of time. And so it was, it was party up.
Hell yeah. That's not bad, just chilling out, drinking.
I'm not gonna lie.
Just chilling out, drinking, thinking of the next best thing. Jazz Meat says, Jeffrey, can you say hi to Mark, please? No. I'm just joking.
Bye.
Hi, Mark. yeah. Who deleted the porn? Who deleted chat 69?
Oh yeah.
Hashtag.
Come on. Leave that
they
up.
Came for Mark. They came for Mark.
I spent a lot of money on that bot. That's where all my overtime goes.
Shit wasn't cheap. I'm telling you, passenger. I was talking to my wife about it. I was talking to her about it. She's flown. She doesn't mind it. He says I'm doing my job. Damn it. Last night was a pretty crazy night. Hash got off just in time before Benjamin just wreaked all sorts of fucking havoc, and then ended the night as a bear. Wait, the bear wasn't Benjamin. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you watched the end of my stream, and there was this bear just walking on two legs down by the beach, by the water, and none of us saw it. It was FD that came up to me and was like, "There's a bear down there or something walking, and it looks like a bear." And I was like, "What?" And then
Ben just forgot to shave. That's all.
yeah, I went over there, and there was this fucking bear. So we walked down, and we were like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" He was just like, "Grr." That's all he kept saying. It was just grr. And I was like, "Oh my god." I died. It's not
We
Sasquatch.
heard you were
it's
into bears in a
Sasquatch.
different kind of way. That's all.
Oh my, yeah, right. I'm the bear. Jesus. Oh,
And
man.
canceled right there.
And
Canceled.
that's it. Yep, demonetized.
I won't
Right
forget
there.
I won't forget the time where I think it was Dangle and Mark. I forget what your character's name was.
Johnny
the army
Walker.
guy. Yeah, Mr.
With an
Walker.
IE.
With an IE, not the pussy why.
That was an awesome scene on Route 68. I will say. When you guys
with the Sam
like,
squinch.
fired.
With the
yeah,
big
with the
feet.
Sam squinch. Yeah.
He had the big feet. Yeah, Dangle is a big fan of Johnny Walker. He's fucking American, man. He's
Yeah.
any guy that has guns and super fucking American, that's Dangle's kind of guy, man. Like that's
America.
yeah. I love it. I love letting my inner Dangle out, in those episodes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. PG. Jeez. Come on, man. We really have to
Sorry.
look for the cancel.
Yeah, that did come out. That did come out pretty pretty bad.
Dangle
Sorry,
and
JT.
bears.
Say everybody. I'm sorry. Oh man, something is dangling. All right, that's damn right, Griffin.
He wishes.
Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that's too funny right there. Q, how about you? Pick a number, Q. Just not 2, 4, or 8.
You're gonna have to
10.
start like
10.
Like writing them down.
How
Which
about
one?
10?
10. What type of computer setup do you run?
That's a good question. That's like the hardest question that I will say that that's like because I don't know shit about computers. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
So like that's why like I have to have like friends from work come over, and then like I have to like bribe them with alcohol and stuff to like help me set up things. But
hey, while you're here, dude.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But no, but I don't lie about it. I'm like, hey, buddy, can you come over? I really need this installed, but I'll hook you up, kind of a thing. But well, I am running that wonderful 2070 card thanks to Matt
Oh,
Griffin.
that's
and
right,
thanks
Matt
to,
Griffin,
thanks to
yeah.
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron and Matt Griffin. Yeah, thanks again for all that. That's been the biggest game changer for me is when doing the streams and stuff where I'm not having the massive computer just panic attacks. But I run on was it the i7? I've got 64 gigs of RAM. But one of my other, again, the whole buddy come over thing, he installed a crap load of fans recently with this 2070 card, and that's been a huge game changer too.
Makes a world of a difference, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've got
but
13 of them. Fucking love it. 13.
I started
on
with
push pull.
I have an iBuy computer or whatever, so I did the whole random thing of go to the store and buy something, that was already kind of set up.
That's the
iBuy
cool thing
Power or
about
whatever.
PCs, though, is you can buy one off the shelf and then just start swapping parts and making it 20 times better. Yes, he Cooks is pointing towards, but you
what I
don't
did
use
with
that one, Cooks, right? That one's.
No, I still need to get a capture card to make that one the streaming one.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
What's up,
is yours
Pig?
liquid
Pig's up in the
cooled?
house.
Cookies? Is it liquid cooled?
No, it's not. It's still air cooled.
Oh.
Liquid cooled is pretty. CJ
That's the
was
way to go.
disgusted. Did you see?
That's- I didn't mean for it
Mine's
to
liquid
come out
cool.
like
Can I join the
that.
kids club now? I'd like to join the cool.
I
Kids
didn't mean
Club.
for it to sound like that, but no, it is
said,
better to do
"Oh."
liquid cooled. Yeah, it's better to do it liquid
Cookies, you've
cooled.
been replaced, just like that, gone.
Welcome your new host with an air-cooled water-cooled PC.
That's part of the requirements.
I remember
This thing back here was air cooled. It'd catch fire. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It would burn.
same with this.
It
I'm
would burn
telling you.
because it's just.
Prove it.
Nah.
Unhook it.
Thanks so much for
it. I remember when I was buying mine, and what's up, Gamertron? I remember when I was buying mine, everybody was like, "Don't you dare go water cooled and this and that." And I'm watching other videos of these people that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and videos, and they're like, "No, water cooled is like that's the fucking like a lot of these water coolers have like the one I bought is an anti-leak. So if it did bust open, it's got like some valve thing in there, like it might spray a little bit, but it's got like the safety valve or whatever in it that would prevent it from like just completely.
Sounds like a personal problem too.
Yeah, I need a few of those safety valves. It's got a sphincter.
You got the actual water in yours, Jeffrey? You got the actual water tank in yours, or no?
I think so. Like not like I can't see it.
Right,
like,
right. They got some that's got like the water tanks in them, like the round water tanks or the square ones.
I've got a like this little red circle right there. That's my water cooler. And
is it?
It's got like a chrome. It's almost like a see-through chrome, where you can see the water. I mean, you can't see it on camera, but if I look at it, you can see the water shooting through it. It's pretty cool.
Is your tempered glass? Is it tinted or is it just? The way it looks?
It's tinted. That's why I added the light inside there because you really can't see much in it because it's tinted. I wish I'd have known it was tinted when I bought it, but.
Yeah,
it wasn't supposed to be tinted. I bought it.
That's why they gave me an option to get the tinted, but I got the clear and put the.
Yeah, I wanted the clear.
Had the LED. That's what the bottom light is right here. It's all LED. It's like a LED strip right here.
Yep.
So it shines up and gives it more, light.
Yeah, they're unplugged. I unplugged them because I ran out of plugs under the table here, and so I unplugged
USBs or actual plugs.
Actual plugs. I needed another plug for. I want to say it was this doohickey, which still has not gone off of 10. That's view count. 2,095,387 views, but it's still stuck on 10,000 subscribers. My wife thinks it's counting every 100 now. So, yeah. You see, they got the new 4000 series graphics cards now, right?
Like
actually, October 10th or October 13th they come out. The new They're supposed to be 3 times faster than the 3000 series, so that should be pretty. And they're you can purchase them now for like 1,500. You can like pre-order them.
And the PC builds for those things are insane. Like I was looking at one the other day. Yeah, I was looking at one the other day, and it was just like that's the one I seen. That I think they have to be water cooled. I think they're gonna have to be water cooled. Like the water tanks were in them.
Yeah.
You can't do. I don't think there's a liquid cooling option with those because the 4090s are going to be so powerful.
It's going to be insane, man. That's going to be a goal of mine. I gotta. Yeah, I'm in no rush to get it, but a 4000 series graphics card would be pretty. Matt Griffin says, "Oh, guess my 3090 is getting replaced." All right.
Maybe in another 10 years, I'll get a 4000 series. Not anytime soon.
That was the whole point of this PC. I just wanted to build something that would last me for the next, 10 years.
It's definitely going to do that.
And I didn't have the money to build this. God bless my wife, who definitely helped out with that.
Yeah, same here.
What let me see. Well, you kind of already answered that one. Back to air traffic controller.
Yeah.
Nope, you already answered that one too. Okay, where would you there's a good one. Where would you like to see SLRP a year from now?
Running.
All right. Next question. Well said.
I think the big thing for SLRP is just to continuously grow. And now, Jeffrey, you've heard me say this a million times, is when I say grow, I don't mean member count. We can have 50 members and still have one of the best times, out there. I think too many people put too much on, how many people are in the server right now? How many people are in the server right now? that to me means absolute nothing at all. We can have 10 people on the server, but if those 10 people are having a blast and they're doing what they love and that's all that matters. And that's what makes the community what the community is. So when I say grow, I just mean taking the RP to the next levels, trying to find ways that we can further everybody's experiences to have the best time possible. So
I
yeah.
agree. I agree. Oh, they're back. Chat 69 XYZ. Oh, Ember got rid of them. Okay, well. I agree though from day one, and yeah, I know it's opened up to more people now since I've started. You know, the server has gotten bigger as far as
right
how many people are able to be in the server. But ever since day one, I mean, I've seen patrols where fucking 8 LEO and 8 civs on, but it was a busy, fun night. Like it was,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And then you got days like last night or lately where it's just been a full fucking server. And it's just but yeah, I mean, there's rarely been any times where where it's been like fucking nothing going on. You know what I mean? There's just always,
I mean, I know, and the thing about it is for law enforcement, when you're a law enforcement server, you get the ability, the nice thing of kind of sitting and waiting for something to happen. Where there's other people in the community that don't have that luxury. So I respect the hell out of the fire department and stuff. But for me, it's what you make of the time on the server. So whether it's when it's not dead, I mean, like, so somebody like me, like I don't go to every call. I don't want to go to every call. Seeing the sheriff at every call to me is not realistic. The sheriff would not go to every call in real life. So that's why if I do go by, usually I'm just going by, like shaking a baby, kissing a hand, and walking by, and that's just what my character does. So but it's one of those things that you just got to make that time in the server worth it for whatever that means to you. So whether it be taking it to a whole nother step, like for example, I'll give some props here. Austin does that pizza delivery routine in the server where you could always count if he's online, you'll see those messages, hey, you want a pizza delivered and all that kind of stuff. Like that's awesome. Like, but that's going to be a lot of dead time here and there too. So but he still makes the best out of it.
It's one of the least rewarding parts of role play. Not least rewarding, but it's the least action packed. He's just a delivery guy,
right.
and he enjoys doing it.
Right, exactly. And that to me is the epitome of what our community is. And if we can all have a blast doing stuff that makes us happy, and then having that selflessness of not always worried about your own fun. I think that's one of the biggest things that I try to encompass even into the staff, but I mean the members do a great job into this too, is not always worried about I've got to be number one in the pursuit, or I've got to be the first one that scene, or I got to be the guy that shoots him, or I got to be the guy that creates this or creates that or whatever. But being just the team player atmosphere of going, hey, you know what? I was first at pursuit last time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell these other units to go ahead and pass me. I'm going to make something up where I'm having an issue with my vehicle or something like that, and give other people enjoyment. Too. So having that well-roundedness of the server, I think that's also what makes a lot of difference too.
I think I've been on the receiving end of that once. There's actually a few times where it might be kind of a dead night and there might be something popping off in the city, and I'd hear you get on the radio and tell dispatch, hey, why don't you dispatch Sam 49 to that as well, you know what I mean?
Right.
Something like that. So, hey mama, how you doing? They're talking about, can we talk about Pig's secret project? Speaking of SLRP, let him know his secret project is almost done. He'll know what I mean. Pig wrote that.
Yeah, I know exactly what he means.
Can we discuss it?
Hold on. I rehearsed this. Wait a second. No comment.
No comment. He really did rehearse that. He really did.
Yeah, he did.
A couple times. Yeah, a couple times he rehearsed it.
Yes. Yep.
I've had people comment to me.
You may see it later. Let's just put it that way.
See it later? Okay.
Yeah. Who knows?
He's in May.
Yeah, May. Only if it's on the weekend.
Who knows? Who knows?
How much time goes into planning big things? The air show, the motocross that you did. What was the other thing we had before that? The derby races, the races that we had.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of planning going in. Obviously, there's map mods. There's a lot of map coding you got to do to.
Yeah, it's a complete team effort, and I'm not going to steal the thunder from the guys that did the hard work. Pig, Brian, all those team members, they're the true heroes of those events. I honestly try to distance myself from those events when it comes to a lot of the planning side of things for the most part, just because I just know that with my schedule, I will not do it the good justice. However, those guys, man, the events that we have just always shock and awe with me because you could sit there and you can really try to think of all the different things, and that's kind of what we kind of do as a team is we have these meetings before the event, and we actually try to think and sit there and actually try to think of what can mess this up. As funny as that conversation is I kind of feel like it's almost kind of related to my job when we have policy changes. We sit there and we're like, okay, so what could somebody do that would totally muck this thing all up? How do we foolproof this? How do we sit there and give the same experience to all of our members? And that's always something that we're always sitting as a team trying to make sure is if you're not in the race, how do you still have a good time? How do you if you're not in the heat of it, do those things? And I think that's what the team does such a great job on. And I mean, those planning processes start from, I'll just be honest, there's already a potential event that in the future that already some preliminary conversations are already happening now, and we're talking months. So it's definitely not a overnight like snap of the finger and hey, we're going to have an event thing. It takes a lot of work. Those guys that did the air show, it actually
That was
got
a lot
to
of that was a
that,
lot of work.
that
A
was
lot of
so
training.
much work. Every one of those guys at the air show, like it got to the point, and they'll tell you this because I was in a group chat with them about the air show. I literally got pissed off and I had to remove myself from the group chat because they would be calling each other like so often to practice that my phone in real life would just be constantly going off. And I'm like, guys, like it's 1 a.m. Like, for the love of God, I've got work in 2 hours. Like shut the hell up. And so I just was
They're
like, hey,
suiting up, getting ready to go up in the plane.
yeah, seriously, at all hours of the night, those guys. And then, and then the stupid, annoyances of, hey, can we use the server for trading? And all that. I was like, you know what? Just if it's on, just have at it.
Just go.
I was just like, don't even ask. Just hop on, have fun. See you later.
What did they have? Like 60 hours? Wasn't it like 60 hours?
It felt like more to me, but with as much as my phone was going on.
Dangle only practiced for like 4 minutes. As you can tell, it was funny when everybody was falling in the back of the fucking plane when I was trying to take them up.
I was on.
What's going on, Scott Streeper?
We were, but those guys, I mean, that's what to me is so amazing about the community is that you have those guys that took that project, made it their own. They had passion about it. And the end result was damn near amazing for what it is for 5M. I mean, I personally, and I'm sure somebody out there will say, oh, look at this video over here, but I had personally never seen anything like that in 5M.
Brian said, your first time seeing the air show was when it happened. What went through your head as you watched it?
What was going through my head was, Lord, please don't have desync.
Oh God, yes.
I mean, like that was, because I always am trying to think of it from the perspective of what is this showing the community? Like, how fun is this for everybody to be a part of? And so my main thought obviously was, Lord, I just hope that the server, everything plays nice and is rewarding to these guys for all the hard work they put in. That was my biggest concern. When I actually saw my feelings of it when I saw that was just, I was like, I was speechless. I mean, it was, you could watch it back on my video. I actually followed Brian. I actually hopped in the plane he didn't know I was in there. And I actually watched it because I knew that so many people would have the perspective from the ground. So I wanted to give the perspective of from the air, and just seeing it to what they were doing in the air and how perfectly like timed it was out. And they were sitting there, and the amount of time that it took, I was speechless. I mean, it was one of those things that for me, as being in somebody in aviation and stuff, and knows how long those processes take even in real life to do, but these guys are doing it in a video game and having to deal with all the video game aspects of it. Like, it was really, really awesome. I mean,
It
that
was.
was that
And there was
was
actual oohs and ahs. Like, that's what you want when you put something on like that. You want the oohs and ahs, and I was hearing it while sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
I was hearing it.
and I already tell this, Brian, you're watching right now, is that's not the last time that air show team's going to get used, because that was just, to me, such a cool experience, and I think that more people deserve to see that again. I mean, I think it's one of those things that, yeah, we've done it, but I still think it's something, you can see the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels, but you're still gonna go and see them again, like, but
Sorry, I had fruit fly just getting there right in my mouth. It's
that beard.
Yeah,
you gotta wash it more than once a month, bro.
It's a
Jesus
Venus
Christ.
flytrap. I go like this, and they just all start coming out. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it would be. I totally agree. Another air show would be pretty dope. That was great. That was actually really good. A lot of people are talking, not in the chat, but I get asked often if there's going to be another like special Halloween thing, and I tell them, you don't want to know that. Like, you don't want to know. You want that element of surprise. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
instance, last year when it happened,
You never know when
scared the piss
things
out
are
of me,
gonna
man.
happen. Yeah.
That scared the piss out of me. When I turned around and saw that fucking pig behind me, that, man, do you remember that, Q?
The pig?
When I was in that Halloween episode of
Oh, at the house?
Yeah,
Yes, I remember
Yeah,
that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
to see Doug get picked up and thrown over an invisible man's shoulder and then just carried out of the house. That was just the most amazing thing ever. Wow, Chat 69. Did you really buy these, Mark? Because they have not come in this much until your beautiful face came on the show.
No comment.
No comment.
They're just jealous.
They just follow me around. What can I say?
Yeah.
They're my entourage.
Well, they are spamming your chat bad. They were just
They
over
are,
mine.
man. They've come over like 4 times now. They've come 4 times. Rim shot. I'll do it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Cook, did you ask Mark your question? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say those special things where sometimes we, as the admin team, do special little things like that. We want it to be a surprise. We don't want to necessarily put it out there when it's going to happen, because now you're going to be on edge for the whole month. It might not be on Halloween. It might be Monday. Who knows?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah, Monday's good. Do Monday. That's good. Do Monday.
What were you trying to say, Cooks? I know we cut you off. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna ask a question. So obviously, you with air traffic control, you may know this, you probably do, but like, is there any like restricted military airspace around you or in your area?
Yeah. So, where I control is where I'm kind of surrounded to the east and to the west of military operations areas. There's a military base to the west of us, as well as all the mountains to the east and are the playgrounds for a lot of the military fighters and stuff. So we actually have military aircraft based at our airport here. We have F-15s that I control on a daily basis here, that are part of the Western Air Defense System. So it's really cool. They are the people that keep us safe. I always joke around that we have a secret bat phone in there that can go off if there is a threat to the country. And it's one of those things, and they practice and we practice. It's all
Is
about
that one of them phones that you get a call? It's land all flights type deal?
No, it wouldn't be. Well, I mean, we have a certain system that we have for that, but it's one of those things. It's kind of like it's kind of like when the bat phone rings to send them to the party type of a thing. That they're gonna utilize them in the defense of our country. So those kind of those things are really cool to see. Yeah, it's I'll give those guys credit that defend us, man. They're constantly practicing, they're constantly trying to improve. It's never a sit back day for them. They're always flying, they're always trying to make sure their skills are top notch. And it's really awesome to see that when because you really don't know, and you don't really appreciate all that constant work that they're doing, for us to sleep at home at night and not have to worry about necessarily having a invasion, I guess you could call it, or whatever you want to say. But they're sitting there always sharpening their skills more and more. So
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. People are saying, what happens in the server if you go into the military base? I heard a rumor that soldiers come out.
Cannot confirm nor deny that rumor.
No comment again.
No comment. Mm-mm.
Fuck, I saw. Were you how far from where you work, and does anybody were they working the day of the Kobe Bryant catastrophe? Was that?
Yeah, that's farther away from where I am.
Okay.
So I don't know anybody specifically for that. I mean, obviously it's a tragedy of what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and that's kind of the risk with I've talked with people, even being a pilot, and Brian would appreciate this, is that people are like, oh, that's dangerous. To me, it's just as dangerous to drive your car on the freeway. In fact, more people are being lost on a daily basis to freeway accidents and car accidents and things like that, more than what you're seeing in aircraft. Yeah, there is the chance that when you get in an aircraft and you take off, that could be your last takeoff. But at the same point, same with a car, you get in your car and you're just going to go to the fast food down the street. That could be the last time then too. So, I would say when it comes to aviation, there is a lot of redundancy and extra safety that everybody tries to do for the most part to keep themselves safe. And it's unfortunate when those kind of tragedies happen. It's I think it's with everything we do, whether it's even, I mean, heck, I mean, you guys you might have saw that football play with that Florida quarterback or whatever. Like, that was scary. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about on Thursday Night Football. I think his name was Tua something.
Oh,
but,
yeah, Tua, yeah. Miami, yeah, Miami.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, man, that's just as, and that's just playing football, like,
he shouldn't have even been in that game. He shouldn't have been in that game.
I agree.
And
with
he
you.
should have been. He should have been taken out the second half of the Bills game. Thanks, Sergeant John Fox. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Definitely think he should have been taken out.
Yeah, that was, and it's just, it's things like that, and you're gonna have tragedies in everything that we do, and yeah, that's kind of, I've had my share of, when I've worked air traffic, I've had my share of emergencies and stuff like that, and thankfully, and I'll knock now that I have not lost anybody, but I've had my share of emergency landings and things like that. But it's one of those things that's just our job. We deal with that day in and day out, and we're trying to do the best we can to keep the public safe. So
you just got to roll with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly like, and I'll say this is that when there is a situation like that, I think and we all kind of, as air traffic controllers everywhere, what it would say is that we're all there for each other too. So if I need something, I know I could turn to my buddy sitting next to me and I can ask him to go call somebody or do something or whatever. Everybody kind of knows, like, in those moments when that happens, like, okay, it's showtime. This is what we get paid for. And we're going to do everything that we can to do it. And, and sometimes, and I'll be honest, and we had that conversation earlier about how pilots can get upset. Sometimes pilots will get upset because in the moment they're dealing with something that's so stressful. They're maybe trying to, like, de-stress themselves and say it's not that big of a deal. But we're sitting there going, hey, we're going to have trucks waiting for you and all that stuff. And they get angry at us because they're like, no, this is okay. We're fine. Well, so on our side of things is, hey, I'd much rather have a fire truck waiting for you on the ground just in case, rather than, if it's not, and hey, if it's a routine landing and everything's fine, that's great. That's fantastic. That's what we want to have happen. But in that eventual, if that thing if it gets worse or something like that, we want to have that on standby for you. And sometimes the pilots get angry about that because they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. We're fine. But we want to just do what's, and I mean, I get it from a pilot side. They're wanting to maybe take the stress off themselves and like, hey, it's okay, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's one of those things that we
It's like that one of those just in case moments.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta have it there just in case.
I'd better knowing that we did than try to sit there and say, well, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? We'd much rather have all those things crossed.
Hell yeah. There's the
Yeah.
beautiful Miss Gamer right there. And thank you, Hash. Hash inspired me. I went into his chat yesterday before I went on patrol because he was already on. And his wife came in the chat and he had this really nice song playing for her. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that with my wife. And I went and I put in some Marvin Gaye for her. So
Oh boy.
hello, love. How are you today? She just got home from her show. She had an art show all weekend. What are your plans? What are your and we know you work full time on both the server and in real life.
Right.
What are your plans with, we know you just recently started YouTubing and you like fucking skyrocketed
Yeah.
in to the point where I hated you for a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. No, just joking. But no, you seriously, you skyrocketed like quick. And
Right.
do you
And
have
that's all thanks to everybody here. I mean, I'll say that right now.
well,
So, yeah.
you retain them though. So that's 90% you, 10% everybody else. It's all about you retaining people, to want to come and watch you. But if you had the opportunity, you're getting like you start getting paid from YouTube. Is that something you would
Mhm.
want to pursue as a full-time thing, or do you just do it to kind of just from time to time just show people because a lot of people like to come and watch the
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Or is it just where you sometimes can, because it's cool that you can just show the back end,
Right.
the things you can show, right?
Mhm.
Being a founder,
Right.
like what's your take on your YouTube channel? Is it something you
So
want to keep pursuing?
yeah, I mean, like, so obviously getting the support from everybody is a huge thing. And I get, and I say it all in my streams, like every 15 minutes. Thank you guys for being here. It's a huge, I don't know, just, I still can't believe it, honestly. Where I see the channel growing, obviously my schedule is so rough. And that's why I haven't been on or streaming lately. We've been on 6-day work weeks and stuff like that. Where when I come home, I just hit the couch and I die. Yeah, of course, I want to keep showing silver lining, when I can. There's going to be nights that I'm going to be on patrol that I'm not going to stream. I've said that a million times, is because I just want to get on and just decompress and have my own fun and do my own back end stuff. Like that night where Jeffrey got promoted from lieutenant. I knew that if I came on and I streamed that, everybody would know what's going on. Everybody would have an idea ahead of time. And I couldn't give that focus that I wanted to try to make those situations memorable and fun, to the point where Jeffrey didn't even know he got promoted.
Even after you said it, dude, I was still like, so who got it? Like, once I heard Patrick go, oh my God, Jeffrey, I was like, oh shit, like, to me,
I still want to play other games on it too. Jeffrey, we've talked about playing Phasmo sometime together, and having fun and doing stuff like that too on the channel. I'm just gonna, for me, I'm gonna take the channel for whatever it is, and it's not to me about trying to personally. For me, it's not about trying to make an income and go full time on YouTube. If that's a thing, if that happens 4 or 5 whatever years down the road, that's great. For me, I've got my career that I'm in until I'm forced to retire at age 56. That's my main thing. And then who knows, 56, I'll come on here and it'll be called something else. It won't be YouTube anymore. But it's, I'm going to just take it for what it's worth, and the appreciation of the people that do subscribe for the content that they see and all that. I mean, we've said it a million times. I'm not going to be that guy, unfortunately, that's going to, you guys do a great job of tutorial videos and stuff. I don't have the time to sit there and do those kind of things. And for me, it's going to be, hey, I'm going to pop on a game and we're going to have some fun together.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're more about live streams than recorded content. And
I don't see myself really hard. I won't say ever, but I don't see myself being a very much of a recorded videos guy, because I like the interaction with the chat. I like just kind of hanging out, relaxing, and that's why sometimes there won't be a face cam or whatever it be the case. It's like sometimes it's just going to be playing a game, hanging out, chatting, whatever be the case is. Maybe I don't want to do my makeup for the day, or anything like that. It's just going to be having fun. That's the main reason for the channel, is to have fun. It wasn't for the monetary value. Now the monetary value, that's awesome. I mean, the support that I've gotten on the channel so far has been unreal. Like, I mean, I can't say again, thank you to everybody. And knowing, and you guys all know this too, is that some of that channel support also goes towards the server stuff too. So it's not just it's not just putting money into my pocket. It's going right back into the community and paying for the monthly expenses and the new stuff that we're getting and all those kind of things, is because that stuff's not cheap in itself. I mean, anybody that's ran a 5M server will tell you that you can go broke really quickly on a 5M server. It's not a cheap venture. And so, but our commitment to the membership has always been, we don't want to charge. There are communities out there that charge, per year, per month, whatever be the case. And that's never something that we ever wanted to do, nor did I ever want to make something to where you could donate specifically to SLRP, because I didn't want that mindset of people felt like they could pay their way to earn certain things. I did not want that. I wanted it to be an even playing field for everybody.
So I drop $100 dono. I want LEO. I want I want VRP. I want this. I want
or you drop a $100 donation to the community, and then all of a sudden you decide to break every rule we have next patrol, and you're like, well, look, I just gave you $100. Like, you're kicking me out. I just gave you $100. Like, I want a refund. And it just becomes so much more drama that way.
Yeah, it does.
And that's something that from all the admin side that we kind of, we just don't want to do that. We want this, the good name that we have built for ourselves over the past few years now. We want to continue it that way. And we don't want to make anything about money, because that money always complicates everything. Like it's just, that's always what it comes down to. It always is causing drama and causes different things, causes friendships to break up, causes all these different things. It's just not worth it. Like, let's have fun. Let's build the friendships on fun, and then we can have talks. I mean, the community, I think it's just great, is that we always, meet new people and stuff like that and make new friendships. So, example, like, Patrick started Silver Lining Roleplay as a regular deputy, moved up the ranks, and now I consider him a really good friend. It's and it's just one of those things that, like, you just don't know who you're going to meet on the server and who you're going to build those relationships with. And I think that's the best part about Silver Lining, is bringing the people together and not having a thing above your head about, so and so is the such and such a rank and all this other stuff. So
I agree.
Same,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Money does complicate things.
Yeah, Matt Griffin said the Notorious B.I.G. had it right. Mo money, mo problems.
Yeah.
Was that Notorious B.I.G.? Mo money, mo problems. I always thought that was...
By the way, Ben, your check cleared, so thanks.
But there have been a lot of friendships. The chicken saga was not awesome, Don Mitch. That's a lie. That's a bold.
We were talking about that before you got in here, but when you were just running your mouth on your intro thing, me and CJ were having the conversation about the chickens.
Yeah.
I will admit that one patrol where those fucking chickens were following me, and then one was in my car as I went to a silent alarm. And who was it? Bradley. I think Bradley handcuffed the fucking chicken
That's what we were talking about. Who it was
That
that
was
handcuffed the
the
chick.
funniest shit I have ever seen. And hearing Bradley laugh the way he laughed just made me laugh harder. And it was just, I actually made a YouTube short out of it. What's up, Mexican? How you doing, man? The Reverend will take the donations. The Reverend. And Benjamin said, can anybody pronounce Tua's last name? His name is Tua Nigamanuolopola.
Not even gonna try.
Tua Nija Manuapola. Last name is Tagavala.
That's how you get canceled right now, is trying to pronounce that.
yeah. Oh man, Tuagavola. Yeah, I can't get it. Funniest part was the chicken running off with the cuffs. Yes, that shit really was. And then he was like, "Wait, somebody go get my cuffs back." And then that was actually and for those that don't know, Jeremy Vespucci, he had in real life things to do. That's why you don't really see him. But that was like his last patrol was
he came on he came on a few here and there, but yeah, he Jeremy Vespucci is a class act and always will be, and he's forever welcome to always be a part of Silver Lining. But yeah, he
awesome guy, man. Jeremy's awesome.
Yeah, he had some real life things that were causing some issues with his timing and everything, and I think the thing about it with Jeremy that he felt so bad about being in the staff and stuff and not being able to contribute to his weight that he wanted to step down and everything like that. And I told him a million times he didn't have to, but that's just what the stand-up guy that he is.
Was it more of a, let somebody else that can put in the that's why I left.
Yeah.
That's why I left detective, was because I felt Braxton deserved somebody who could put in the time and actually help him out,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, we'll sit there and we understand everybody has lives. And we've said that already tonight here on this channel, but, we want everybody to have fun. And so the biggest thing is that if you're too busy by trying to handle up your staff stuff that you can't even have fun, well, then that's not achieving what we want to do either. So, but yeah, no, and I have nothing bad to say about anybody that's been in the community now or left the community. I mean, everybody that's contributed to Silver Lining in the course of its actions has always brought us good stuff. I mean, it's we understand everybody that leaves. They may try to go to another community that may have greener pastures for them. Maybe it's more what they want to do on another community, and in those regards, hey, best luck. I don't think there's any moment to where we're sitting there and hoping that you don't have fun if you leave the community. It's a game. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, doesn't mean that I don't enjoy seeing people always wanting to come back.
I mean, it's one of those things that when we see it happen, it's kind of the do we get a little smirk? Yeah, I'd say a little
bit.
At the end of
which
the day,
is natural. That's natural.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's we're proud of what the community has become, and if you want to, and unfortunately, some people have tried to, and I'll just be honest, shit all over it. And if you're going to be somebody that does something like that, well, of course, we're not going to want you necessarily to come back because, well, you had your chance, and then you decided to leave in a bad method. The people that leave in good terms and are respectful and all that kind of stuff, the door's always open to come back. Look, it's a game. Like, like at the end of the day, but when you totally, cut our feet off and you try to make, us like look bad or you want to leave in this blaze of glory, well, yeah, that's not going to be good for you. But if you're respectful, we're going to show you just as much respect back, because I think that's an important thing. So,
yeah. Or talking bad about leaving, talking bad about the community and saying negative things. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a closed door for you for sure.
I mean, everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and I respect the hell out of that. You want to come in and you don't think that our community is good for you, that's fine, and you totally, that totally may be the case. Maybe the server isn't good for you, but don't necessarily, expect us to open the door back when you just had a, big old tirade about how you didn't like it here and how we suck and everything else like that, we're not going to
Yeah.
necessarily
Right.
be like, hey, come on back and suck more. Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, like that's, and that totally took a totally different method than I was trying to get at. But still, my point is that, it's one of those things that, but it's 5M, and we always joke about it, like the 5M curse, like there's always going to be people like that, and I will tell you that, knock on wood, that our staff does an amazing job of filtering through our applicants, and not everybody gets in the first time, second time, third time, but when you show, like, we've had people that have applied, I can't count how many times they keep trying, and I applaud them for that. Like that's awesome. Cookies
It's tough
is,
turning
like,
people away.
it is. It sucks. It sucks because at the same point this is a game. Like, like it's a game that but at the same other token, as an interviewer, you have to sit there and look at the enjoyment of the whole community and say, is this person going to meet the standards that everybody expects when they come onto the server? We always say is that, hey, if you're new to 5M, that's not going to be an automatic no for us. Having somebody new to 5M actually is sometimes one of the best candidates, because we can mold you how that exactly.
I was new.
Can,
I was totally new when I came to SLRP.
We can mold you and help you as long as you're willing to take that feedback, and we can help create what we want to see of our membership. That's sometimes it's people that have, when they come in there and they're like, I have 15,000 hours of 5M experience, blah, 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 blah. I've been a sergeant, I've been a sheriff, I've been a chief of command, I've been everything, and I'm gonna hey, do you need a developer? I'm a developer too, and I also can do this. It's those people there that actually we have sometimes the most problems with, is because they come in with that chip on this shoulder and this shoulder, thinking that they are
That
the
they know it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's those people that we have the most problems with, where the humble people of like, hey, I'm new, teach me, I'm willing to learn. Those people sometimes turn out to be our best members and some of our best staff that we ever have, because they know what it's like to come up from that. So yeah,
man. And to add on to that, especially with saying like in the application and the whole interview process, like no matter how much IRL experience that you have, that doesn't matter, So we obviously stress that. And also, people need to, try on the application, just don't put like one word or two words, for like, one that we see all the time is like, why do you want to join Silver Lining? Because it looks fun. Like, actually try, give us a real answer.
Yeah, put some effort into it,
Exactly.
Some elbow grease, yeah.
Or what scenario do you have? Don't say blow up buildings and shoot up the police department.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Like those ones are the ones that you just cringe on. The and even it's talking about like what Cookies was saying about the real life experience. We see that all the time with the Leo interviews. Like somebody will apply for a Leo spot and, I'm a deputy sheriff with my current department, blah 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 blah. And which, I'm sure at other communities are like, we'll take you immediately, no questions asked. Like, please, like, come on in. Where for us, sometimes that's just not a good fit. Like, sometimes that's not a good fit, because you know what, we want to make that, again, it's all about attitude. It's all about having that thing. And sometimes those people will come in again with their chip on that shoulder of, I'm a real life cop and I know best about everything. And then you're fighting that mindset nonstop about how, no, actually this is GTA, we can't do that, or oh no, we can't have this because of this XYZ, or no, that may be a law in your state, but that's not a law here in our community, and you're constantly fighting these different things, and so that's why it's everybody, when I see people out there that create a 5M server, I kind of usually just tip my cap, because I go, that's going to be a lot of work. Like the amount of painfulness that was creating a server and keeping that updated all the time. Like, and then dealing with the drama too. Like it's rough. It could be rough. Like, and so I applaud people, because I'm like, hey, if you want to take that on, good luck, because it's going to not be an easy process. It's not going to be a plug and play kind of thing and instant success. There's going to be hurdles, there's going to be things, and it's all about perseverance
As there is with anything in life.
Right, right. I mean, I know when I first so this is the second community that I've been a founder on, and all the things that we have learned from the first community, it's it's kind of funny because and Pig and Harrison would know this because we'll have conversations on the side as we'll watch videos from sometimes occasionally like other communities, and we kind of will have a little like mini chuckle and saying, oh look, they're making that mistake that we made here. Like it's learning from those mistakes and carrying forward with those things, that's so important, and that's what we try to do. And we try to not make the same mistake twice. But it's funny because everybody kind of goes through that same thing of, you want X, Y, and Z so that you pump up this one thing and then you forget about the other thing on the other side of it. So it's always about give and take, and that's I appreciate everybody that puts. We have a thing for those of you that don't know, the suggestion box where people could put stuff, the suggestions, and yeah, I'll look at those occasionally, and people will say, oh, we want real life cars. Well, if you put real life cars in, then for civ cars, then all of a sudden you have the situation to where if you're driving down the road in a real Buick, you stand out like a sore thumb. Like all of a sudden now everybody knows you're a civ. Everybody knows that, and now you're taking that ability to kind of interact in the environment organically away, because now everybody's looking at you way closer. How many times as law enforcement have we had the Signal 100 trophy or Code 100 or whatever we're calling it? I can't remember now. But the AI trophy where you're trying to pull over a car, I do it on a stream I just don't call it out. I'm smart enough to be like, hold on a second, something about this doesn't look right. Like, but I mean, but that's the point, is you don't know. Is it a civ? Is it?
And it'll get you sometimes. Like you'll have a local literally doing 110 down Sonora weaving, and you're thinking this is a legit civ right here, and turns out that it's just not.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those things that's and that's the thing. Like for everybody's suggestions, and then they'll say, oh, can we have a resource that does X, Y, Z? Well, sometimes that resource that does X, Y, Z will actually interfere with the other resource that does ABC. So like, in a perfect world, yeah, we would have all these cool things, but we try to keep it simplified as much as possible so that it can just be more about the role play and less about the scripts and all that kind of stuff. We it's not about that. That's why people are like, well, why do you only have one law enforcement agency? You should have a state patrol, you should have a game warden, you should have a this and this and this and this, and like all these different law enforcement communities out there. And it's like, yeah, that'd be great, but at the same point, we tried different things and we realized that the one law enforcement department umbrella, when it came to the teamwork, the camaraderie, the everything, it really worked the utterly best. It wasn't it wasn't about trying to like, oh, well, that's their jurisdiction, so they get that call and we don't get the fun there, and well, they're getting this call, but that's their jurisdiction, and like all this different stuff is now we're just one whole cohesive unit that we can still have subdivisions, whether it be the traffic enforcement, whether it be detectives, whether it be different things like that do other things. But we have the contract agency now with the Polito police skin. So for those people that want to use a different skin per se, we're still trying to roll out ways that can still be accomplished. With still a realistic idea, but we don't have the bickering of that. And we all get to know each other, because that's the other thing, is that if you have another department in the another department, is maybe you'll never ever talk to the other department, but we want the community to be a cohesive thing together. So now we're all working with each other on different beats and having different interactions, so that we actually can build those friendships more rather than being subsidized away from each other.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. What's up, TJ? One Lincoln 18.
I've had that happen to me at least 4 times on a patrol, where a local will be doing obviously something wrong, and I go to pull them over, and then they go, and then for a second, and then they start to drive off again. I'm like, what? Like, how was that? A local, but it is.
MDR had had a question. He says, would you ever entertain the idea of an RP special effects team where they can aid in the things scenario RP based but aren't actually in-game players?
So, like, do you mean? I'm trying to understand. Like, do you mean like people that would be like? I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Okay.
I don't either. Maybe he can. While he tells us what he means, Nicholas has a question. Are you thinking about going live tonight or anytime soon? At least he's asking. At least you're here.
Yeah.
For me to ask.
My schedule is so crazy that of course, if I could be on every single night, I'd be on every single night. But and that's just not a thing. And then sometimes I need the break too, or just to have my own time. I want to be on at some point. I want to try to be on this week. My schedule might allow me to be on at least once this upcoming week. So I'm looking forward to that. I've already kind of penciled it, but I'm not going to say which day yet because it might move.
What's up, Chowie? How we doing?
The schedule's actually looking
good?
promising. We'll see if that works out. But yeah. Well, I'll leave it at that. I don't know about
put your
tonight.
notifications on, Nicholas.
Yeah, hit that bell or whatever you guys have it and
Ring a ding-a-ling it.
Yeah, it's and by all means, and I appreciate people that sticks with my channel, and because it's been like, I don't know, like 8 or 10 days since I streamed or something like that, and I understand that I haven't been the most active lately, but know that it's not just me just sitting naked on a beanbag eating Cheetos either. So because that would be fun just equally. Yeah, I know, we all know Jeffrey, but
orange fingertips. God, I wish I had my bag of Cheetos right now. I really think I took them to work. So I don't do that at work. I don't. Not sitting in the college naked with a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Foot surgery, my ass. That was a suspension.
Right? Yeah, suspension. Boss came in my office and I was just in there just buck ass naked. Oh my God. Sal says Jeffrey's pantless right now. That's what I was saying before the show started. I was saying if this chair could
he
talk.
already answered that. It was just basically because his real name, his initials are MD. So just bad cop. I guess that's what everybody used to call him back then. But yeah,
so MDR says, like, when you were starting fires to promote a fire call, like environment-based things that don't involve having to have other players, or if it's a bomb call that comes in, that team help set the scene.
Oh, I kind of get what you're saying. So potentially like being like invisible background type of facilitators. Yeah, I mean it's hard to say that.
Do that for the first time last night, by the way, and that was.
Oh, there you go.
That was.
I mean, it's with that ability comes great responsibility. So like it's one of those things that we kind of give that to the staff as a kudo thing, like kind of like a hey, you do stuff on the backside, so here, do something on the front side that's kind of fun. So I won't say no to never having that, but I'll say at the very immediate time, I don't see that being a thing. But who knows? I mean, like the future, you never know what we're gonna, what ways we can have to future, do those things. That's I think the best thing about our community is that if we look at something, we don't slam the door on it for eternity. Like, hey, right now that may not work out, but hey, you know what? We'll revisit the idea in a few months and see what might have changed. Same thing goes with resources and scripts and all that stuff. Like, maybe one script is having a bad problem now, but maybe we'll reevaluate it in the future and see if we can integrate it. There's tons of things that we have tried that people have no idea that we have tried. And the server staff can actually attribute to this, that where I'll be like, hey, like, let's get on and test something real quick. And then it fails. And we're like, okay, well, there went 3 weeks of my life for no reason. We try, a lot of people don't realize the back end side of all the work that we go through and even stuff like even on Pig's side of things, building vehicles and stuff like that we maybe don't end up using.
Which he's really good at, by the way.
Oh yeah, by far
Absolutely.
Pacific Pig
Yeah.
amazing at what he does. Whether
I
it
mean,
be
even the
its
fucking
DUP or
the screws that are like in the center console of a car, like down to the very screw. That's just detailed and on point.
Right. I mean, me and Pig, I'll be honest, like it's funny because we'll be sitting there, and me being, as time has grown, I will say that I've been a little bit better of learning some of the inner workings of what some of the parts are called and stuff like that. But like it'd be funny because like we'll having a meeting or something where he's building a car and I'm watching him do something and I'll be like, well, just throw this and this on. That looks good enough. And then then he all of a sudden educates me. Well, actually, that's not in real life because they use this part and this part. And it's so funny because I'm just like, hey, a light's a fucking light. Put a fucking light on it. Let's call it a day. But no, he's sitting there going, no, it needs to be the MX 2700. Like he's like that's how like good he is, to the point where like he's like, no, it has to match this and this, and that's what makes him so great. Is that he's so down to detail of those things. To where I would just be like, hey, a fucking light's a light. Just throw a damn. Does it shine? Great. Let's move on. It's just one of those things. But yeah, and that's the thing that about this community is that everybody puts so much effort into what they do, and that's the best part about it.
Yeah, I agree. I can see CJ's reflection off his sunglasses. I can see his monitors reflecting off.
What is it?
I can see your monitors reflecting off of your glasses there. Do y'all want to go on a raid? Want to do an MTG raid?
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Are y'all subscribed to Raydazo? I got Raydazo and Aaron S.
ABC
are
News,
live. ABC News.
Yeah, they're live. Yeah,
ABC News is always live. Who do y'all got? You want to do Raydazo?
I got Sky News. They're live too.
Sky News is live.
Yeah, I watch ABC and Sky News. I watch them a lot.
Let me hit that up. So, what do you think? You want to hit up Raydazo?
Yeah, we'll do Raydazo.
All right, I'll drop his link in your. I'll drop his link in your guys' chat.
All right.
My day is pretty good there, Chowie. Appreciate you asking.
There it is. So we'll do an MTG raid.
All right, guys, there it is. Go ahead and click that link. Type in MTG raid. Man, I thought I was muted again.
Spam it, guys.
Yo, MDR, take care, man. We'll see you, brother. Oh yeah, wow, they're destroying this chat right now. All right. Oh my God. Oh, time me out. I got put in timeout.
Me too.
Finally, somebody did that.
What's that?
Finally, somebody was able to do that. God. Besides your wife, you finally got put by somebody else.
I'm waiting to see somebody do that to your ass. Oh my gosh. I know you don't like to give away that information, but somebody had asked earlier if you had any one of the best yet. Mark Rock, see you, chat, catch you out there. All right, JB, take care, man.
See you later, man.
Goldeness said Pornhub Live. Oh my God. Look at Mamba asked. I swear to God, somebody asked it earlier and it wasn't Mamba, but he just asked what I was about to ask. Any new vehicles coming to the LEO side or to the server in general? Benjamin comes back with, I hope, a Hellcat.
Hold on.
Oh, we know it's coming.
No comment.
No comment. Well played.
I figured.
Well played. One Lincoln 18 is because I spammed it.
All I can say is that who knows? Maybe we'll see something here in the near future. We'll see.
there's always something, right? There's always, there's always something that
we
could
try to
keep it
keep it
fresh.
fresh, like, but at the same point it would, people, will sit there and be like, well, why don't you have every law enforcement vehicle out there? And the main reason is we want to keep it semi-realistic, because if you had 15 different fleet cars out there for the department, no department in their right mind would do that because of the cost of parts, and it's easier to
Yeah.
to do that in a series of special purchases. So we also have that in mind too, because that's one of the big things always in the suggestion box is, oh, get this car, get this car, get this car, get this car. And it's like, yeah, that's great, but at what point do we just become LSPDFR, where you're just loading every car in the fucking world,
I've had
So
people come in my chat saying, "Oh, you should have this and you should have that," and it's like, I've seen public servers. They come across my shorts all the time, and you've got
I need y'all to close that
9-year-old
door for me, please.
you got 9-year-olds pulling people over. You've got 13 different liveries and
Right.
vehicles showing up to a scene. It's like, come on, you never see that in real life. I mean, in my town, in my city, I might see my town vehicles being helped by state police, but you're
Mhm.
still only going to see 2 style vehicles. You're not going to see all
Right.
these. You got servers out there that just have 18 fucking liveries on just all these different cars. And then what kills me the most is when you see a fucking mid-engine C6 Corvette come rolling up with the livery on the side.
God.
It's like, show me a
Yeah.
city right now. Is there a city right now that has a mid-engine C6 Corvette as their cop car? I mean, that'd be pretty fucking
Yeah,
wicked.
it's
It'd be litty
and
tiddly.
that's and that's
It'd
and
be
that's
pretty
and that's
pretty,
the that I think that, to me, it's really special when you go to a scene and then there's 4 different FPIUs there. To me, that actually looks the most realistic, because like you're saying, that's what you're going to see out there. And from somebody that drives around in the county that I'm in, that's what you see out there. You see the scene that just has 4 of the SUVs or the FPIUs all there, and that's just what they are. That's
Yep.
so I get it. I get that it can get stale as a law enforcement person driving that same car over and over. That's why we tried to keep some of the other vehicles, like your Crown Vics and like your stuff that really they don't drive anymore. If we kept it realistic with Fresno, there'd only be like 3 or 4 cars on the server, period. So we tried to kind of like go back into the wheelhouse and look at different things, and like that's why bringing the Polito livery up with the brings that older Dodge Charger in play. We've tried to do some things to try to keep that flexibility for our members, but yeah, at a certain point we have to draw the line.
Yeah.
So
I actually have a question.
Hey, Erica.
No, I was just gonna say, Mark. So obviously, the SLRP, LEO vehicles are based out of Fresno. Are the Polito units based out of like anywheres?
Yeah, so I don't want to give it away too much, but yes, they are. I'll give it away. I don't care. They're actually based off of Clovis, California, which is inside of Fresno County. So, so it's actually, you would see those 2 type of styles of liveries actually on a scene together potentially. So that's what we're recreating. We're recreating that environment.
I gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I knew that the LSSO vehicles are based off of Fresno, and the
Mhm.
old FD units were based out of Clark County, I think.
Correct. Nevada, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at Cookies doing his research, knowing his.
The thing I'll tell you though, that to me is that, and I actually had this moment with Pig the other day, is it's so funny to me because when we started this community, you didn't see anything for Fresno out there. Like, you didn't see anything like that. And then now 2 years later, like, we're seeing all these communities start to pop up with Fresno liveries, having these vehicle devs that are well known use Fresno liveries as their sales, on their website and stuff. And so, like, to me, it's so funny to me because here's this little county in Central California that nobody really knew anything about. And then 2 years later in Silver Lining Roleplay, here we are just making that take over a lot of different things, which I think is cool. I mean, it gives us the to all of the people that are out there that have put content out for Silver Lining, it's definitely shown that the community has seen us out there and that they like the style that we have. So I just
And
think
your
it's
logo.
funny.
Remember, there's a server out there
Oh yeah,
that actually took the Silver Lining logo.
yeah,
They airbrushed Silver Lining out of it, and they put their name in it. Everything else in the logo is exactly. I forgot what server it was,
yeah. I can't remember, and and I know that was built specifically by Pig for us. So, that was
the
just
logo. So Pig designed the logo.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yep.
Nice logo.
That was one thing somebody sent it to me, and then I sent it to Mark, and I thought it was just fucking hilarious on how you could literally see where they airbrushed Silver Lining out of it and put in their server name.
I think it was me that sent it to you, Jeffrey, because I do remember that.
It might have been.
I do remember.
I love the FPIU Mamba. Love it. I think the 2020, it's fast. I think it looks good. I love it. I'm a big fan of the FPIU and the 18 Chargers, but the 14s are good too. The 14s are good.
The 14s do their job. I mean,
I've taken a break from the 14 for a little bit. I've been rocking the Tahoe and the FPIU.
lately. The one car that doesn't get a lot of love in our server, and I get it why, is that F-150. And it's
poor F-150.
It's that poor F-150. But that's why we give it to the deputy ones, because I know that that's the only way that I'll ever see one out there. It's so funny because it's such to me, that was one of the coolest vehicles that we had, because you don't see those in a lot of other servers.
True.
But that's something that they use here all the time. It's just kind of entertaining that everybody hates that F-150. So there you go, Sal in your chat. He knows they actually use them. Yeah, exactly. So
he says the F-150s are dope. Well, Sal, you should rock it next time. Me and Sal, actually, we got in trouble the other day. Sal was, y'all know the whole inside joke between Sal and I, and we were on patrol one day, and I'm driving, and I was behind Sal. Now, usually, if we're just passing each other up, we might go on shouting where only us can hear it, and might go as we're driving. Well, I was behind Sal, and Sal did it, but he didn't realize he was hot micing.
Oh my gosh.
So here's Sal on the hot mic going, and and I was like, oh man, he just did that on the radio. I don't think he knows he did it on the radio. So I went to go do it back. I even switched my shit to shouting. What do? I hit my fucking button. And I was like, and then
you hot mic'd it too?
I hot mic'd it too. All of a sudden, Patrick gets on. He goes, "Hey, last unit that said, we heard you." Like, oh God, oh, Jesus. Whoops. Moon Demon fucking that 12-month membership says, I remember CJ hot mic'd. There goes that CJ Farms again. Dispatch goes hot mic, and then CJ was like, "Oh, I did it again."
And I was on the hot mic again.
Hot mic'd again. Or when Matty was hot mic. That was the funniest shit.
That was by far the best.
Oh, dude. He explained what hot mic
was. And then he's like, oh, hot mic, what's that? That's when somebody has their mic on the whole time, and then you're just sitting there going, God, please.
Oh, man. Oh, that's when somebody's sitting on the radio and don't know it. And he's saying this as he's
pushing the button.
Yeah.
Wow, you made that much money? Wow. Cool.
I use the mini keyboard on the bottom of my
controller,
so which I use the 0 for my in-game chat, and then the 9 is for my Discord chat, and the 8 is for my TeamSpeak chat.
You haven't separated, so you
yeah, I've got it right there at my thumb tip. It's right there at my thumb tip. So. And I mean, I've got them hotkeyed in my Stream Deck too, so
Yeah, see, I have it in my pedals. I have it in my pedals, and I don't know how.
See, I thought about doing that for SORP. I've got my pedals set up for LSPFR, but yeah, that's how I got my setup. Is so my thumb is right there. All three of them are right there, and I can feel them, and so I know which one is which.
I love that keyboard.
See, I would hit the wrong one. I have mine separated across mine, where C is my push to talk in game, and I do keyboard, and I have like the mouse wheel as my team speak and stuff like that. So I have things so separated so that I try not to have that.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a
So-
good idea. Yeah.
Because it forces me to be like, okay, which hand am I going to use to do this next motion on? But yeah,
He hot mic'd.
I'll
He hot
be
mic'd.
honest.
That sheriff is back.
I'll be honest with mine. I have it set up the same way that Jeffrey does. You know, the left-hand side of my pedals is for in-game voice chat, and the right-hand side is for TeamSpeak. Now, I will say there has been times where I've almost hot mic'd, but I've figured out over the time of, you know, LEO and FD and everything that I hear like the mic click, and then I like kind of, you know, listen to it. And then when I hear the mic click, I'm like, oh shit, that was me. And so I don't actually say anything. But
No leftovers, Nicholas. Leftovers is it's canceled. That show's done.
there's no leftovers. We just eat it all here.
Yeah, it's all we just eat it all right here. You kidding me? It just look like a body that's got leftovers, bro. I know, Zeno, he is pretty good with the keyboard. Your keyboard drive, it's pretty good at it.
I try. I mean, that's
man,
how I fly the
function.
helicopter, and I do everything. It's all keyboarded. So,
Do I have perms to fly the helicopter on my own yet, or no? You still
I
want
don't
some
know.
time?
I'm still waiting for that check to clear.
Oh, right. No comment. You should have said no comment.
Well, hey, you want to ask me in front of everybody a question like that? I'm going to
Sorry.
be honest right back out there. hey, yeah, you try to shit on me, I'm going to shit right back.
Actually, you're not even. Actually, you're not even going to fly with me no more. Like that's how that goes.
Hold on, let me text the publicist and have them remove you from the. All right, hold on. There we go.
Oh man, definitely could have used it last night with those fucking dirt bikes. And I was like, you know what, Nicholas, I don't think I'm able to fly Eagle One on my own yet. I'm still getting in it with give him a formal oral exam. Oh Jesus.
He's not talking like that, Jeffrey. Why do you gotta always think? Why do you gotta always take things sexually?
A formal oral exam. Well,
okay, because the oral and the practical is actually part of the PCS standards for the pilot certificate. So
yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, I know. I totally know you knew that exactly because your head wasn't in a gutter. Jesus Christ, you sick bastard.
Oh man! Oh, look at that! It's almost 7 o'clock. Right now, I can feel myself getting
you're getting all nervous. And I'm like, oh,
Jesus! Our Buffalo Bills won today. What a fucking game that was! They started off so sketchy. Josh Allen, first play of the game, interception. Oh, dude, almost ran it back, and it was just. It seemed like it was a
rough.
doomed game from the beginning, and they pulled it off. They pulled it off. They got the win. And yeah,
I had this conversation with Jeffrey off the air, but I was straight up saying if they would have blown that game out as what it looked like, I was totally going to reschedule. I was going to be like, hey, look, work's calling. I got to go.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't want to be on this show with Jeffrey like that.
I'd have just been here just the whole time, just asking Mark questions. Like, so what the fuck do you want from SLRP over the next year, dude? I don't care. Whatever.
Should have been that meme where just throwing paperwork on the desk, like yeah.
Oh man, like it sucks, dude, because I wish it didn't. I wish it wasn't like that, but when they lose, man, it really just gets me down for the rest of the fucking day and pretty much the whole next day. It just, I don't know. It just sucks.
That's the one thing about, I will say that like being a football fan and stuff, that's the one thing that's really tough for me is that you have a whole week of just like this, like death and carnage has happened. We've blown the game and I have to wait a whole week to see it. Like at least with basketball or something like that. Like I'm a big basketball fan. Like at least I know like, hey, tomorrow there's another game. Like it's gonna, it's gonna reset this thing. We might suck just as bad tomorrow night, but you know what? There's another game tomorrow to make me either feel worse or feel better. So where football, it's just like, to me, it's just that waiting game of the next week is so rough.
It really is.
And then you basically, you're only having that one game a week. So somebody like me that works all the time, like then you might miss the game, like for your team. And then like, it's a rough sport to be a fan of. I'll be honest with that.
Oh, now you're in timeout, Jay Gunner. That'll be the last time you say Boo Bills.
Yep, they said the same thing of mine.
I will time you out. But usually I'm over it. Usually I'm over a loss by like Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. But that Dolphins one.
Well, you're just so used to losing all the time. So
yeah. Well, Brian says so. You must have been depressed for the last 20 years. It's like no, because after year 4, you just expect it. You know what I mean?
I'm a Sacramento Kings basketball fan, and now we hold the record for the longest playoff drought in professional sports history. So I'm right there with you. So
there you go.
Like, hey, it is what it is. But when you got a team, you got to be true to it. I can't stand bandwagon fans. Like, I can't stand fans that are just like, oh my God, like the Lakers are cool, or the Patriots, they're great.
Brady went to
exactly,
Tampa.
Yeah. All of a sudden, everybody's a Tampa Bay fan. I'm like, where were you the past 10 years? Like, outside of John Gruden's time, where were you? And so, you
could be a Brady fan. I know people that are, they still
player specific.
Yeah. Like they're still Patriots fans, but they still love Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
Right. But I still think that, like, but if you like the best player, like, isn't that kind of like a bandwagon fan? Like, in a sense, like, isn't, because you're just, of course, he's great. He's amazing. Like, okay, like, but what are, that you're going to get that every single almost time from him. Like, people that are fans of those mediocre players that stick with them or whatever, those are, to me, like, whether it be they watched him in college and then they followed him into pro sports or like him because they're from their hometown. Like those to me, those are more special. But
yeah, I 100% I agree. Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing? Tom Brady is a traitor. He is. Tom Brady is a traitor.
So who's doing the outro? I know I did it last time.
CJ's. I think it's CJ's turn.
Is it my turn?
I think it's your turn to before he takes us out, Mark, do you want to say anything about your phone number, your address?
Yeah, 86753. But I want to say that thank you guys for having me on this show. I really appreciate all the support that everybody has given my channel, and they should be giving it to your guys' channel just as much. The community to me is such an important thing, and just having the friendships that we grow over the years. And again, just thank you guys so much and for having me here.
Yeah, it was fun. And he is linked down below, so go check out Mad Doc. He's probably I'm sure he's in Cookies and CJ's description as well.
Absolutely.
Yep, he's at the very top. All right, guys and girls, that's going to do it for this episode of Meet the Gamers. Again, Mad Doc is linked at the very top of the description, guys and girls. Game of Cookies and Jeffrey Gamer is down in my YouTube brothers. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have an amazing night, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Guys and girls.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never.
There it is. There it is right there. Very good, sir. What's up,
Amazon is sending it to you, darling.
I gotta get more lively.
My God.
They're fighting, man.
Holy cow.
Jesus Christ.
Jeffrey, I say we keep the show running for a long time now, right?
Yeah, right.
Formally, I'd like to congratulate your new sergeant, Jeffrey Gamer.
Oh, hey. What? You just got sergeant, bro. Are you serious? Yo, man. Wow, man. Holy shit. To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Baskin.
Here we go. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! What?
really appreciate you guys having me on here, man. And I look forward to the podcast next week.
Absolutely,
talking more with you guys.
Yeah,
and
man.
You guys, this is a great opportunity, man. And I'm very blessed to have definitely be able to get in contact with you guys. It's awesome.
Niche. You know what? English. Who cares? What are you laughing at, CJ?
My wife sent me something, man.
She's always sending him something when she tries to get him to laugh on camera.
I think she does it on purpose.
Uh-oh, I think you got your work cut out for you, brother.
Be prepared.
No, guys, thank you very much. Cookies, Criminal Justice, Jeffrey Gamer, thank you guys very much for having me. It's been an absolute blast. We've gone way over time, but, time flies when you are having fun.